Hello there, friends, and welcome back to the series where I'm completing an Animal Crossing island in 30 days. Just in case you're new here, these are the rules that we've laid out for this island. And with that, it is time to jump right into day 20 on Edelwood. Now, I've gone ahead and started playing around with having some trees in this area along the outside here. This area by my house is going to be our little bookstore. We're probably gonna have to change where these bikes are at retrospectively, and I'll have like a walkway that sort of goes up here. Obviously, we have not made it that far yet because once again, I do not have a plan. There it is, everyone, sip of your water. I said the thing. All right, but anyways, we're gonna be working on the shopping district area and all these cute little shops here. I was able to make a couple trips to a treasure island that was open and got a couple items for us to work on this build. Oh my gosh, and actually I need to give Miss Olive her cute little barista uniform. So let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, oh, she's asleep. Oh, sweetheart. I didn't say anything weird in my sleep, right? That's funny. All right. Here you go, ma'am. And we're gonna redesign your house too. Don't worry. We might not do everyone's, but especially Olive and Shep that have the stores, we're definitely changing their homes. Oh my gosh, look at her! In her cute little barista uniform. Oh, she's so precious. Bye, Olive! All right, so yeah, we're gonna work on this little cafe section here. We're gonna kind of get to try out some things. I also grabbed some stuff for the Able Sisters shop. We'll work on having a cute little clothing set up here. We also have to figure out what we're gonna do with this boardwalk area because I'll be honest, I'm not vibing with the log fence. Oh my gosh, and I forgot that I expanded this little section over here by Nook's Cranny, so I'll have to put some sidewalk path down here. One sec while I go ahead and do that. All right, sidewalk is placed, and oh my gosh, I'm also gonna have to deal with the back here. So behind the shops is where I've taken it upon myself to hide the tree branches and like the fossils that spawn on the island, because you can end up with a total of, I think it's 6 fossils on your island and 17 tree branches on your island that will occur naturally. So if you hide those all somewhere, you won't get them spawning anywhere else on your island, which is exactly what I'm trying to do here. We'll see how well this works. I don't really know. I felt like that was a good place to hide them, that it didn't break the immersion of the rest of the island, so we're gonna have to try to find a convincing way to hide that and make it so you can't really easily see those from anywhere else. All right, but with introductions out of the way, it's time to start working on the build, so let's speed things up and I'll throw you over to VoiceOver Ashley. Aha, just kidding, it's been VoiceOver Ashley the whole time. Gotcha, didn't I? Now, as you guys know, we literally seem to always find ourselves with some kind of problem child whenever we're doing a build. Our problem child this time actually ends up being this sign that we got here. So you guys might remember that the codes that we did for our little newspaper stand down by Resident Services, I'll throw those up on screen. Those are by Tropicitch. And I mentioned that they have some codes for KK's record store that I also really wanted to use, right? Except the problem that I encountered is these signs are meant to be just a fake building entirely. They're not really designed to be used alongside an actual house. So you'll kind of see here, I tried with the short simple panels and they look great, except for the fact that you literally cannot see them if you are in front of the house. So that was problem number 1. And it ended up taking me a really long time of trial and error here to actually figure out what to do. My first thought was, okay, well, maybe I'll just put the simple panels, the small ones, on top of some wooden boxes, only to learn that you can't place the small simple panels on top of things. But we eventually ended up settling on using the tall simple panels, and I'm gonna put a backwards bookshelf here to kind of just pretend that that's like a side to the building. And we will change Shep's house too. I forgot to do that in today's episode. Full transparency. We'll probably just do that whenever I mess around with the rest of the villager houses because, as you guys might have seen, I gave everyone except for Anchovy the wrong doors. And also, just in general, I think that they look too Christmassy. But anyways, we're not doing that right now. We're working on the record store. This is kind of the best solution I could come up with. And I think it's fine. Like, if I want to use these signs, this is really the best we're going to be able to come up with. So we're just going to have to accept it. But in good news, Tropicitch also has this cute little KK like poster sign that I customized on this standing shop sign, whatever this item is called. And I think that looks really good. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the signs here. I think it looks a little weird because like you wouldn't see something like that in real life where half of the sign is on one half of the building and vice versa. But hey, okay, we're doing the best that we can. And from here, we're just gonna kind of decorate this little shop area for our little record store. I am gonna leave some places blank just because I need to go to a treasure island and get some of the KK record like albums so I can just display them out because I think that'd be really cool to have. I mean, it is a record store, so we can't just not have any KK records. But while we're doing that, I wanted to go ahead and, in case you guys didn't see, I'm running out of things to talk about. I spent like 3 episodes this past week just talking about what games I think I might want to play. I think I talked about Until Dawn like 3 times, so that was my sign I needed more things to talk about. And someone mentioned in a comment that I should do some Q&A, and that was a genius comment. I'll see if I can link the community post. If I can't put it in a card, it'll be in the description if you guys want to go leave some questions that I can answer and talk about in the speed builds. But I figured we'll go ahead and pull some from that just to kind of give myself something to talk about over this speed build. And these are in no particular order. I'm literally just pulling from the list of questions. I've got like 20 questions or so on there now, so thank you everyone. But our first question is going to come from Chicken Ramen Soup, who asked, do you think the ACNH personalities are better when they're separated between male and female villagers, or do you think it would be better if all the personalities can affect both male and female villagers? This is a fantastic question, because I've actually thought about this before, and like, I think it's kind of cool that they separate them, but I think it would be way cooler if we could just have characters that have the other personalities. Like, you can have girl jocks, right? You can have boy snooty villagers, you know? I think it would be really cool to see what kind of villagers they would come up with if the personalities weren't gender specific. However, I know that like people in other parts of the world might not be so open to the idea of having like a male villager who is like effeminate and snooty, you know, or like sisterly. There are some places where people aren't as open to that kind of thing, so I wonder if that's part of the reason why Nintendo hasn't done that yet, you know, for like brand safety and marketing and whatever. But I do think it would be really cool to see. Maybe I could try to do like my take on redesigning certain villagers to fit different personalities. I think that could be really cool. And you know what? I think I'm gonna roll with the Animal Crossing theme for these questions. So our second question comes from Natalie's son 8162. Who asked, who is your favorite Animal Crossing villager? And this one is gonna be really freaking tough because there's so many villagers that I love. Like, the ones that immediately come to mind are Goldie, Daisy, Genji, and Bam. Whenever I was first getting into Animal Crossing, I was watching Jacksepticeye's playthrough actually, and Bam was one of the villagers on his island that he had that he really loved. And I think through that experience, like tangentially, I came to love Bam. Bam was the first, like, amiibo that I ever bought because I had to have him on my island, and I do love him. And Genji was my starting jock villager on my first Animal Crossing New Horizons island. And that was my first experience with the game, so, like, he has a very special place in my heart. On that note, like, Daisy and Goldie, and there are so many, like, very popular, like, very cute villagers. I think I have to go with Genji just for, like, personal sentimental reasons, because I love that rabbit. Like, he's not everyone's favorite, but he's mine, and that's what matters. However, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, my friend at notanartist7763 asks, if you could throw one Animal Crossing villager into the sun, who would it be? Specifically, I love that that's how you worded it. You didn't ask me what my least favorite Animal Crossing villager is. You asked which one I would violently throw into the sun. So thank you, friend. Oh my god, hold on. Pause everything. Shep is in his reading glasses again. This is quickly becoming my favorite recurring gag on this island. But anyways, one villager I could throw into the sun, and I know that this is a hot take because everyone seems to love this sheep, f***ing Muffy. She ruined, like, all of the happiness that Genji brought me on my first ever island, Camp Corgi. Muffy was not happy with it because she spited my entire existence on that island. I'm convinced that she hated me and that she wanted nothing more than to watch that island burn and go up in flames. She was so mean to me. So mean to me. My answer? Muffy. Rolling with the idea of villagers, Daisy Splosion asks, who's your favorite villager that isn't conventionally cute? Like some villager that you think is awesome, but not a lot of other folks are big fans of. Now, here's my thing with this question, because I feel like a lot of the villagers that I absolutely adore are conventionally cute, or like even at the very least, kind of cute, right? Like Bam, he's not like a Fauna or a Bow or a Sherb, but like I think he's cute. So literally how I'm going to answer this question is I'm gonna go to that website where you like it shows you what the most like what the current most popular villagers are in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm gonna go to the very bottom and I'll just scroll up and I'll just tell you guys the first one that I come across that's low on that list but high on my personal list, okay? One sec. Oh my god! What? Okay, this did not take me long to find at all. I'll take a screenshot of this too so I can put it on screen for you guys, but of all of the villagers, there's like, I want to say like 419 in the game. Kit is number 395. And I think that that is an absolute crime because like, I get it. The kangaroos are not very popular villagers at all. And like most of them do kind of give me the ick, I'll be completely honest with you. I really was expecting people to like Kit more. I did not expect her to be so low on this list. So if you guys are in this club with me of thinking Kit is a cutie, let me know. All right, next question. My #1 fan, Detective Donut, asked, let's get personal. Rank the villagers on Edelwood from favorite to least favorite. And Alex, you're just doing this for the tea. I know you are. Because all of the villagers that are on this island, gosh, okay, this is gonna be tough. I think for the sake of this ranking, I'm gonna do it based on the context of the island, right? I'm not gonna rank them based on like the most popular in the game as a whole. We're talking specifically based on the Edelwood experience, okay? I guess we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So I think at the very bottom of the list, this one is heartbreaking, but just know that everyone on this list is an S-tier villager in my eyes. So we're just ranking the worst of the best, okay? However, Deirdre. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Just because I think out of all the villagers that we have remaining on the island, she's kind of the one that hasn't grown on me that much. And that's saying a lot because she's been here since the very beginning, so I feel like she should have made more of an impact on me by now, okay? At 9th place, probably Olive. I think for kind of the same reason, like she's getting this cute little cafe and she is objectively adorable, but I haven't really spent much time getting to know her. Like we don't have any running gags with her. Even like Eugene, who I did not like, we at least had a running gag with, you know? Olive has just kind of been here. So this is my way of telling her to get more involved with the community if she wants to make an impact here. Coming in 8th place, and this one's probably gonna be a pretty big upset, Molly. And I say that with so much love. It's only because I had Molly for a long time actually on my first Animal Crossing island, so I've been around her a lot. You know, she's kind of like old news to me. And not only is she kind of like old news to me personally, she's also had the thought bubble a total of twice since we moved her on the island. And she's like the second to most recent one we moved in. What is your problem with Edelwood, Molly? 7th place, I'm just gonna rapid fire. 7th place is Gonzo. Similar reasons to the others, like I just haven't really talked to him that much. He's kind of one of the ones I just threw in the neighborhood because I didn't feel like having to try to come up with a build idea for him. I think 6th place, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Billy. I really like Billy, okay? I feel bad for putting him so low, but I'm just looking at the rest of the villagers that we have left on this list, and it is some tough competition, buddy, and we haven't spent that much time with you yet. We'll spend more time with you whenever we build the farm, but for now, you've got some ranks to climb, okay? All right, number 5th place, starting off our halfway favorite point. I think I'm gonna go with Blair. Just because, like, I do love her, I do really like the snooty villagers I'm learning, but I haven't gotten to spend much time with her. Kind of like, that's kind of the running theme we're seeing here. I'll stop repeating myself. A lot of the ones that I don't like are simply because I haven't given myself the time to actually get to know them and, like, build that liking and that relationship with them, all right? Oh god, this is hard. We're in the top 4 now. Of all of these 4 villagers, they could all tie for first place, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Shep at number 4. Now, Shep has become a fan favorite for me personally on this island. I guess I'm the fan because his little thing where he wears his cute little like glasses over his hair, that has grown on me very quickly. I do absolutely love that. Number 3, Bones, but only because I have gotten a couple of comments that Bones is really stealing the spotlight from Anchovy as our token lazy on this island. And I think I'm inclined to agree. I think Bones could be a contender for the top spot if he wasn't trying so hard. You know, I think he's trying too hard. Number 2, Kiki. And that is because every time I look at her, I still am reminded of that comment that someone left, how her like eyes give off the same vibe as Over the Garden Wall. I love her. I now associate her with one of my favorite shows of all time. So I love her for that. And she's a freaking cat. How can I not love her? I'm a cat person. And number 1, I don't think this comes as a surprise, but Anchovy is my number 1 on this list. And that honestly is the wildest thing to me, because on my original draft of the mood board, he wasn't even in our dreamy lineup. So without a shadow of a doubt, Anchovy takes the number 1 spot. And with that, I believe we've reached the end of this build. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Edelwood's shopping district. All right, and that is going to do it for our shopping district build and our little Q&A session today. I hope you guys had fun and that this was more entertaining to listen to than for me to just talk about the same 3 games for the 4th time in a row. And I am very happy to say that it feels like we are finally getting back on track for this island. There were a couple days this past week where I feel like we didn't get to make very much progress. But I think that's just because I'm very progress oriented and I just wanted to build, get it done. But it seems like you guys have enjoyed those couple slow, maybe a little chaotic days that we had, so that's good. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So as always, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube jazz on your way out, and I'm gonna catch you guys in tomorrow's episode. Bye! Well, in this instance, the problem child presented itself almost immediately, and we actually deal with it. That sounds wrong. We actually end up tackling it.